the strategy planning is today one of the most important aspects of any organization or business or individuals or even for the government. Today's success is proper strategy planning, having a right vision and the right thinking and the right implementation. When I was called to come for this particular course, there was one objective which I learned was for them to do their MBA. And then when I looked at their background, I found that they are from a background where they have the experience that they should take back which they can implement. So for a moment, I'll be honest, I was struggling whether I should cover theory only or whether it should be practical. So I try to balance the two, where I will explain them the theory so that they can carry forward and learn more for the exam. So basics they should understand. Now how do I enhance the value of the basics was done through the presentation of cases, live cases, my own experience sharing with them and taking from them their experiences and their questions from their own jobs or the businesses they are running and implement and seeing toward that how do we strategize for them. That became very interesting. And then I try to use some of the YouTube interviews of various experts because there's nothing like hearing from the horse's mouth how they have been successful and how they have implemented. So the combination of the two, I think, was what I wanted to use. And the feedback, what we got, possibly they were happy. And some of it will get implemented. The biggest joy of it was the 3 new ideas they generated for themselves for the 3 new businesses they want to operate upon. That was the biggest my joy. See, what was important was, I think, I tried to base it on Art of War by Sun Tzu. The entire philosophy of Sun Tzu was win by without killing. Strategize without killing, and ultimate objective should be to win. And he also developed that ultimately operation excellence is important equally. So we try to take the various examples of Sun Tzu. And then Porter, who's the most famous person in the strategy. So we talked about what is strategy, get to know what is strategy, seeing to it that how successful organizations have implemented and why some of them failed. We took the example Southwest Airline, and on the other hand, we took the example of the Continental Light, why did it fail? Equally, then we went and extended on to newer products which have recently been introduced and been successful. It was Scorpio from India, and then we went on to discuss Indigo from India, then we went to discuss Starbucks, then we went to discuss GE. So it was large number of cases, one after the other, experiential learning for them to bring it into the whole aspect. Then we moved on to the Blue Ocean strategy, which in my view became pretty successful because they were to bring fresh thinking. And Blue Ocean strategy, what is it about, how it had made it successful, and then we used it for their own businesses or their own ideas. And that's where the 2 new ideas emerged as to developing their own new businesses to move ahead. So Blue Ocean strategy, not only they understood the theory, I think that beautifully presented for their future projects. Then the third part was, which is essential today, is not only to know the theory, is not only to know what to do, is also for you to analyze. So we said, let's look at the various tools which can be used. So famous tools like 5 forces of Porter's. Then we went on to discuss McKinsey's 7 ways, the most famous BCG matrix. Then we went to discuss the Insoft matrix, and then the Mintzberg matrix. So all these put together, Pestle was the other one, because all these in combination in some way or the other have an impact on the delivery of the strategy and thinking about it. So that was the whole objective, for them to understand and equally to see towards that what are the important items out of them which can be implemented, and then they used it for launch of Starbucks in Georgia. See, today's strategy is all the ultimate tool for success for anything. Whether you start your schooling from the childhood, the parents start thinking what should be the strategy, what kind of school they should go, what is the objective you want to get out of it. So it starts from the very beginning of your life and career. In the corporates, it is a very, very important item in terms of thinking through. Now, one of the biggest challenges which corporates face is that at the senior most level strategy may be clear. There may be a consultant who might have given the strategic report, or a strategy plan. There may be a strategy division which might have presented. Has it gone all across? Are people aligned to it? Are people thinking through on those lines to see to it that it is well understood, because it has to go down the line. No strategy can be successful unless it goes down the line. So it is important for the corporates not only to keep the strategy planning at the highest level, but to cascade it down to the middle management level, who can then translate it to the next level. For example, balanced scorecard. Now, balanced scorecard cannot be successful unless it goes cascades down and explained with the objective, because it's got a direct impact not only on the organization's objective, it has a direct impact on your pocket and your earnings, and it can hurt. So therefore, strategy is not only about thinking, but how do we implement it down the line. So equally, today all governments or states or in the world, they're all becoming competitive. Everybody wants to bring in business to themselves. So they have to think, how do I facilitate that? What should be my strategy? What are my strengths in the organization? What are my weaknesses? What are the challenges I face? What are the threats I have? So as we saw, some of the challenges in India and some of the challenges which are different for different businesses, how they consider to go. So equally governments, NGOs, we want to be successful, want to move ahead, and that's a very big challenge. Now they have to win people over who come and work voluntarily. Equally, they have to go and implement that in the positive manner where the recipients become successful and receive the pretty well. So strategy is a backbone of everything, and the more they will learn, the more they will enjoy this. Thank you very much. I enjoyed being here, and thank you very much. Looking forward to working with you more.